I'm very curious. How did you first stumble on Colorfil and why? I mean,
Yeah.
why?
So, like I mentioned, like we live in the country, so like I have to plan leaving.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to furnace filters and stuff like that, that was another thing where it's like, okay, now I have to think about the fact that I have to change this every 6 months. And as mentioned, I have a lot of moving pieces to my life.
Yeah.
Like on top of wrestling company, a job, a wife, and dogs, I also play in two bands.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's like, okay, I have a lot of things going on here. So it started by me finding a subscription service that would mail me filters. So
Mm.
I'm like, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't care. They show up. And then that's how Colorfil showed up, was just in a Google search. And then my wife also has a ton of allergies. So
Hmm.
that's why all of our dogs are hyperallergenic and stuff. So it's like that was another big aspect to it. And then you guys touted the whole like it changes colors when you need to change it and stuff. And it's really good for having pets. And it just checked every single box. And I was like, cool, I give you my credit card. And they just show up whenever. And I'm like, done.
Done.
And then the fact like we also have pet rabbits. I left that one out too.
Wow.
Yes. So it's like I'm a big stickler with smells. Like we have a lot of pets. I understand that. So it's like the last thing I want is when someone comes over, they have like the ooh, you guys have pets stink face.
Yeah.
So anything I can do to make sure that that does not happen when people come over, because all of our friends know we have pets.
Yeah.
So like I don't want that. So it's like give me everything, every tool in the shed to make sure that that's not a problem. And you guys were just another tool to make sure that that doesn't happen. And it was such a huge game changer for a plethora of reasons that I just mentioned.
Yeah. Wow, man. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's it's been so interesting talking to a lot of customers and how, for the longest time we think, well, our filters really remove odor and all these things, but I'm always amazed that there's just layers and layers and layers and layers in which, your life experience right now, like Colorful really has solved the problem, an issue,
Mhm.
but like there's other benefits to it that it's really helpful for us to see how it's really been beneficial for you, and especially in, my gosh, in your busy life, right?
Yeah, I have a problem with free time.
So when you first let me ask you this, talking about the odor,
Mhm.
when you first put color fill in it, did you ever notice a difference in the odor at all?
Um, yes and no.
Yeah.
Like obviously it wasn't like oh, I put it in and instantly it went away, but definitely over time, like you can tell that like the smells that existed slowly dissipated and never came back. So it
Uh,
was like with the old filters, it's like you would put a new one in and it would kind of slowly go away, but then they would slowly come back. So
mhm.
when I started using the color fill, like it slowly went away and then they just never came back. So like that was kind of the point. Because I full transparency is like, well, I'll give this a go for like a year.
Yeah.
And like most things, if it doesn't work out, I'll find a different one.
Yeah.
So towards the end of the first year, I kind of like sat down with my wife and we're like, well, I never noticed the smell come back. And not that like we try to stay very on top of everything, but with having pet rabbits and stuff, it's like they do start to smell if over time. And they're in the basement near the furnace. So it's
Yeah.
that makes it sound like they're next to the furnace. That is not the case. They're in a different room. Don't come at me. But it's like if they do smell, it would hit the furnace, it would come up to the upstairs of the house. It's like we didn't notice that. And it was like so even if we would wait a little or we would be gone a lot and unable to go down there and clean them, that smell didn't start to seep into the upstairs of the house just when we started using those filters. So that was such a huge thing.
Very cool. Very cool. So great to hear, man. I'm we could little switch here, but I'm very curious, and I love talking to people. I don't have it's been a long time since I had a pet and had a dog before, but I have kids and my wife and whatnot. But it's I kind of get a little glimpse of just what it means to be a pet parent. And I would love to hear from you. Clearly you've some love for animals, love for dogs, or even
Yeah.
have pets, right? And so I'd love to know what it really means for you to have those. Is it three dogs? Three?
Yeah, three dogs. And to be fair, like at one point we had four. We unfortunately, when the pandemic started, lost three over the course of a couple years, and then back in February we lost like the first dog that we got together. He was 14 and cancer, the whole nine yards. He was, it is what it is. But um, like we both travel independently for work. So it's like, and like I said, we live in the country. Like I
Yeah.
had friends come from New York and they were shocked that they could see the stars and the aurora borealis when they were here. And I'm like, now I just take these things for granted. Like people come over and they're like, you can see the sky. So to be alone
Mm,
and your wife is or your spouse is gone, like it'd be super lonely. So like that was kind of why having pets was kind of important. It was like, then you're not alone. But
mhm,
also like when you're bummed and like we all know we're all adults, work is not always great.
mhm.
So sometimes like you just have a stressful day of work, you sit down and one of these little fur balls come and sit down and it just like I don't know, it just brings joy and like there's
Man.
just so many like funny things and like I can just go through my phone and like they just produce happiness and you know like like you said you've had pets and it's like I can think back and like go through my phone and like even the dogs that have passed away and you never remember the bad things, you only remember the good times and it's like I can go around my house and like pictures or go outside and like remember them running around and stuff like that and it's like it's similar to having kids just in a different sense,
Mhm,
and it's like my friends have kids. I have nothing against children. We just decided like kids weren't for us, so we just decided to pour it into animals and the rescuing of animals because a lot of people don't care for
yep.
animals the way that we feel that they should. Like we ended up with a wiener dog because the his original owners decided they were going to just have more children, and then they're like, we just don't want this dog anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that is a really bad reason, but it's like, I don't care. I will love this dog because you don't feel like you want to. So it's
Yeah.
people like that that are like, yeah, fine. Well, like, I'll take care of it for you. So yeah, dogs just are such a great deal of joy. And
It's we go to these shows twice a year. We go to the Global Pet Expo and we go to the Super Zoo show. And it's quite, I mean, it is just one big party of just pets, right?
mhm.
It's really quite phenomenal. And we just hear these stories of all of these pets and these people. And hands down, I always try to ask someone if they have a picture of their pet. And no fail, man. No fail. It's like they just flip it right out. It's like, here it is.
Yep. I, this sounds bad. There might be a picture of my wife in my phone, and there is easily 3,000 pictures of our dogs. There's maybe three or four pictures of us in our house. I'm looking at seven pictures of my dogs just in this hallway that I can see from where I'm sitting. So it's yeah, like
Have you always been someone with pets? Did you grow up with pets in your life?
no, I didn't have a dog. Let me. So we had a dog when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. She passed away before I was old enough to really have memories. My dad was very much against having a dog because he didn't think my brother or I would take care of it.
Yeah.
Which I played sports through high school, and then right out of high school, I started playing in bands, and I was traveling all the time.
Mhm.
So, and then my wife wanted a dog so badly, and her parents told her no. She made a PowerPoint presentation trying to get them to let her have a dog, and they still said no. So when we moved in together, she's like, "Hey, guess what? We're getting dogs." And then one turned into two, turned into three, turned into four, and now I'm like, three is the new cap. Like, I just turned 40, and I'm like, I'm not. I know I'm not old, but like, four is a lot of dog when you're by yourself. So that's the cap. But yeah, so it's I've always loved animals. And the older I got, I think the more they just like resonate with me. Like I have a friend and we kind of click on the same like if we go to a party, like I'll be the one in the corner petting the dog while everyone else is kind of
Oh,
off talking.
totally.
Yeah. And I'm fine with it. Like that's cool. Like the
I know
dogs need love too.
just the other day, we were in Home Depot with my kids looking at Christmas stuff, just my kids and I, and this dog comes around the corner, and I'm just like, oh, and it was a big hunking dog, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I just went and was like, hey, look at this. I just looked at the guy, and I was like, can I pet her? And he's like, oh yeah, she was honking, man. It's just like grabbed her, and
Oh,
it's just like it's just this it's such a cool like feeling, and it's just like, oh man, it's
yep.
it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing like it. I was recently out in Buffalo visiting some friends, and a bar that I had been to before. The owner brings her dog, and
Mm.
like after the event that they had, she went. She goes, "Hey, heard you want to see Orlac?" So yeah, I went, got him, and just there's a picture of me, just with Orlac in my lap, and it's just the only picture of me that there's just pure joy. Like,
So is there out of the three dogs you got there, is there one that you connect with the most?
um, my wife would say Judy. Like for whatever reason, she does. She like I said, she does the sports stuff with Barf. So like her and him are super tight. Um, when so the story behind Judy is she was a rescue. We got her last Christmas time. She was supposed to be a foster over the holidays. You just bring them home, give them a home for the holidays. And
All
it
right.
was down near Milwaukee, and seeing seeing her and like the conditions, like we weren't even. So it's about 2 hours from where we live to Milwaukee. We weren't even halfway home, and in my head, I'm like, this dog ain't going back.
Yeah.
And then we got her here, and like just kind of seeing how she was. She was pretty good with Wicket, our Shih Tzu, who was still alive at the time. Um, and then like by day two, she was trying to get in bed with us.
Hmm.
And then I was like, cool. And then by day three, I told my wife, I said, yeah, I said I don't want her to go back. So like, what do we got to do? Um, so now like Judy, if as soon as I get, so my wife goes to bed before I do. When I get into bed, she then uses the ramp to get in bed and just lays right in my lap. She does not get into bed until I get into bed.
Wow.
And it's like Judy isn't a big like be around us type. Like I said, she was a puppy mill. Like she existed to make puppies. So she's not huge on people. She's very skittish.
Hmm.
Um, until we are laying down, she doesn't really come close to us. But as soon as I get into bed, she's straight into my lap. If now that I'm sitting on the couch, she'll come up and get close to me. But like, yeah,
That's cool.
so yeah, it's awesome, and it's like I never. She was the first female dog we ever had. It was all boys before that. So it's like to a get a female dog, to get a senior female dog, and then to get one that's like that. And it's so awesome. And like we live in Wisconsin. It's I think it's snowing right now. So
Yeah.
she's white. We live in the country. We're like we're gonna lose this dog. So we dyed her pink.
Oh, you
And
did.
now, yeah, yeah. Well, it's like we're gonna lose her otherwise. And
You're
she's
gonna-
so cool about it. Like she doesn't care. But like now, all my friends come over and they're like, "I want the pink one to be my friend." And I'm like, it's just she's such a lovable, like happy fate. Like, yeah, she's the best.
That's so cool, man. It is like that feeling of you're never being judged, right? It's
No.
just purely authentic, very genuine. It's just joy of like, I just want to be here and I just want to be with you. Like, my goodness, it's like selfless. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I've had moments with all of them. Like, Barf is usually very loud when my wife is around because she's the working parent. I'm clearly not because he's sleeping right now. But like music's a very big thing to me. And there was one time she was traveling for work and he was smaller at the time. And we were just standing in the living room and I was just holding him. We were just listening to music. And I'm like, this is like my happy place. Like I'm just holding my dog. We're having a moment. We're just listening, like just soaking in the moment. And it's like, this is, yeah. I'm like, this is being an adult to me. Like I'm getting chills thinking about it. I'm like, it was just such a happy moment for me.
that's cool, man. That's very cool. Well, so going back to just
Mhm.
Colorfil, right? If you have, I'm I'd love to hear just a soundbite of something where of just, what would you say to someone about color fill? Yeah, if there was someone that had like pets in your home, as many animals as you have, right? Like what would you say to this individual?
Yeah, I mean, I actually was just talking to someone recently about it. And I mean, it's from a smell standpoint, a deodorizing standpoint, an ease of use and
Yeah.
ease of um, getting. I don't know a better way to put it, but an overall ease too. Like that's such a huge thing because the world we live in, there's so many moving parts to everything. So like no one wants to stink. That's another thing I do want to. I know you're looking for a soundbite, and I keep going on a little
No,
rant
it's fine,
here,
it's
but
fine. Good.
um, no one wants to stink, and stinking starts in the home. Like back in the day when everyone smoked in their house, you always knew it. It's like now pets are kind of a big thing. If your pets stink, your house stinks, you leave, you stink. Your furnace filter can have a huge impact on you not stinking. Like that's just one aspect to not stinking, I guess.
No, that's great, man. That's great. That's good. It's true. I mean, I wasn't man, before I jumped on the Colorfil, I was at a tech company, an Internet of Things company, right? And
Mm,
man, the moment they told me the story about Colorfil, and I was like, okay, I'm totally on board. And it wasn't, and I, of course, you want to experience it yourself. And so,
hmm
I myself got some put in my furnace, and then I gave some people that I know, some of our friends that have pets, and just see, right? And hands down, man, every single one was just like, what is this? Like, this is actually, I noticed the odor is gone. Like, just like, because they've tried so many different things, right? You try to
hmm
like really all sorts of sprays and candles, all things, and I think it's interesting talking to people, and I didn't know this within, in when it comes to the filters and things, that when it comes to either air quality or the air in your home is the most polluted air in the
Yep.
home that you have, not necessarily outside air, right? And so there's so many factors to it and everything, but it's possible to get clean, fresh air, and it's great to hear that Colorful can deliver that and has delivered that for you, your family, and your animals, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Bart finally started looking
There it
kind
is.
of
Look
in
at
this